Don't need no warning, this feeling's right. Vibrations chill through my bones. Sensations flow through your glow.
Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. Today I will explain about the LED display. For that, I am Muhammad Firdaus bin Muhammad Khairi. My street number BEEA3423-LED. The introduction of LED display. LED display is the flat or panel display that uses an array of light emitting diode as the pixel for the video display. Their brightness allows them to be used outdoor, whether they are visible to in the sun or store a signboard or billboard. LED display also capable to providing general illumination of the addition to the visual display.
Assalamualaikum and hello. Today I will explain about working principle of LED display. The light emitted by a gallium arsenide phosphide (GaAsP), which is a red diode, is distributed over a narrow band of wavelength centered on 0.655 microamp. The light emitted by a GaP, which is a green diode, is distributed over a narrow band of wavelength centered on 0.560 microamp. The human eye is far more sensitive to green light than red, so red of low radiant power may appear as bright as a red LED of much higher radiant power. The response of LED to step changes in IF is extremely fast. Turn on and turn off times of 10 nanoseconds are typical. When switched on, a typical gallium arsenide phosphide diode requires a forward current IF of around 20 mA, corresponding to a luminous intensity IV of 4.0 mcd millicandela and a forward voltage VF of 2.2 volt.
Okay, I will explain thoroughly about the working principle of the LCD display. So, the main principle liquid crystal molecule is when electric current is applied to them, they tend to untwist. This causes a change in the light angle passing through them. This causes a change in the angle of the top polarizing filter with respect to it. So, little light is allowed to pass through the particular area of LCD, thus that area become darker comparing to others. For making an LCD screen, a reflective mirror has to be set up in the back. An electrode plane made of indium tin oxide is kept on top, and a glass with the polarizing film is also added on the bottom side. The entire area of the LCDs has to be covered by a common electrode, and above it should be the liquid crystal substance. Next comes another piece of glass with an electrode in the shape of the rectangle, and the bottoms, and on top another polarizing film. It must be noted that both of them are kept at right angles. When there is no current, the light passes through the front of the LCD, it will be reflected by the mirror. As the electrode is connected to a temporary battery, the current from it will cause the liquid crystal between the common plane electrode and the electrode shaped like a rectangle to untwist. So thus the light is blocked from passing through, thus that particular rectangular area appear blank. For the color liquid crystal LCD can display pictures in colors. For this to be possible, there must 3 subpixels with red, green, and blue color filter to create each color pixel. For combining these subpixels, these LCDs should be connected to a large number of transistors. If any problem occurs this transistor, it will cause a bad pixel.
Hello and hi guys, I am Irsagna Sajahan. My matric number is BEEA3423-LED. So now we are going to discuss about the advantages of LED display. The basic advantage is the appearance of LED display itself, which look too awesome. It provides slim screen with sleek design, which is adjustable at any place. The LED screen, or what we call LED display, are far better than LCD monitors because they do not use fluorescent bulbs, due to which they are lighter and thinner in weight. Then these LEDs consume less energy and save a lot of power. LED display provide bright image quality by enhancing the contrast and enriching the range color. The LED screen monitor also produce flicker image, which reduces eye fatigue and eye strains.
Hi everyone, I'm Yi Lu Huan from 2BEEA3423-LED. I'm here to explain the advantages of LED display. First, LED display are the only product in the world can be installed outdoor without any extra protection by itself. The screen is waterproof and dustproof. It is bright enough to see under the sunlight. And then the second is, LED screen will be always seamless and no bezel. The display modularity is also the reason for ease of use of installation, which make this technology the ideal solution for mobile and internet use. The third one is, LED are brighter than the other forms of lighting system compared with other sources such as incandescent and fluorescent light. They may be faded and flicker with age, but not LED. Because LED will be brighter than the fluorescent and incandescent light. And the fourth is, the most prominent feature of LED is that they consume less energy. They are more energy efficiency compared with the other light form. And the last one is, LED is high durability. It is made of the solid plastic element. Compared with the other light, it have a greater durability than the common light sources. On the other hand, neon sign, incandescent light are made of thin layer glasses and easily breakable. LED is made from the solid plastic, so it won't be so easy to break. That's all for my explanation. Thank you.
Okay, LED display has a few disadvantages, such as high initial price. LEDs are currently more expensive price per lumen on an initial capital cost basis than most conventional lighting technologies. The additional expense partially stems from the relatively low lumen output and the drive circuitry and power supplies needed. Second, temperature dependence. LED performance largely depends on the ambient temperature of the operating environment or thermal management properties. Overdriving an LED in high ambient temperatures may be result in. Then, voltage sensitivity. LEDs must be supplied with the voltage above the threshold and a current below the rating. Current and lifetime change greatly with a small change in applied voltage. They thus require a current regulated supply, usually just a series resistor for indicator LEDs.
Okay, for electrical polarity, unlike insulins light bulbs, we eliminate regulars of electrical polarity. LED will only light will correct electrical polarity. To automatically match source polarity to LED device, rectifiers can be used. Okay, efficiency drops. The efficiency of LEDs decrease as the electrical current increase. Heating also increase with higher currents, which compromise the lifetime of the LED. These effects put practical limits on the current through an LED in highest power applications. Okay, for impact on insects, LEDs are much more attractive to insects than sodium vapor light, so much so that there has been speculative concern about the possibility of disruption to food webs. Okay, that's the advantage of LEDs. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue to talk about application of LED display. There is some application of LED display. One of them is factory and production. Factory and production LED display obviously can be seen inside their factory on their production line. And the second one is financial and tickers. For those who are playing stock markets and financial business traders, also can be found the LED display to know how the value of their stock market currently. The third one is scoreboard. Scoreboard can be found at the stadium or sports complex. The fourth one is transport and highway. Transportation and highways obviously can be seen using LED display along the highway road and public transportation to give some information and awareness to the public.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Alhan bin Khalid and I will continue this presentation about application of the LED display. Other than what have been said before, LED display can also be found in health and safety as it is used in medical equipment. Next, it can be applied on retail sector. Reception and welcoming section are also use LED display so that it looks more modern and interesting. Furthermore, office and call centers are also using LED display. That is all for the application of the LED display. Thank you very much.
Thank you to all my friends that already explained about the LED display. Now for the conclusion, LED display is RGB color model and each pixel consists of red, green and blue colors of LED. And now I will explain further about it. For 12-bit LED display, there are 4 bits for each of the RGB LED. So it will show totally up to 4096 kind of color. For 14-bit LED, human eyes are not very sensitive to blue light than red or green. So it is assigned 1 bit less than the others. So for red and green, there are 32 possible level and for blue, there are 16 possible level. So totally for 14-bit LED display, it can show up to 16,384 type of color for 14-bit LED. For 16-bit LED display, green color are more sensitive for human eyes. So for red and blue, there are only 32 possible level. Then for green, they have 64 possible level. So if we times up the 32 times 32 times 64, so we will get totally 65,536 kind of color. Within the LED display industry, many LED screen suppliers do not pay that much attention when making the LED display accurately. Because the true situation is, for the widely adopted technology, the highest color depth for making the LED display is just only 14-bit LED display. Because it is limited by the hardware part. If they adopting higher level integrated circuit and system, it won't be any problem to realize the 16-bit LED display color depth or gray scale. But with nowadays technology, it must lose the virtual pixel technology. And actually, the 14-bit LED display color depth or grayscale doesn't make any big difference from 16-bit color depth for the human eye. So actually, 14-bit LED display is enough for us for everyday use. That's it and thank you.
No warning, in a flash of light, don't need no